That's great. So, what made today good for you?
I read the book that you recommended before.
Uh huh. Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's great that you had time. Okay. So, how was it?
You recommend the book called The Greatest Merchant, which is written by Ogmandino.
Ah, yes, yes. Oh, mhm,
Yeah, and I read it today, and it is really
mhm,
interesting, and the contents of the book impressed me. So I think it is really good experience, and I just make
mhm.
a review on my blog about that book.
Oh, you have a blog?
Oh yeah, I have a blog in in Neighbor. That,
Oh,
yeah.
but I bet it's in Korean, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry for in
Uh,
Korea. I want to write it. I want to write it in English, but um, as far as so far it is a little bit hard for me to do it.
mm-mm. Can you please give me a link? If it's okay with you, can you give me a link to your
Uh,
blog?
wait a
Maybe,
minute.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, maybe it would be a good place for me to study Korean.
but okay. uh, but it is a little bit embarrassed. It's a little bit embarrassing because
No.
I feel a little bit embarrassed. But can you see my blog link?
Okay, let me see if it can be opened in this one.
Yeah,
Oh, it's all in Korean. Oh my God.
yeah. You can understand. But I about 1,200 people visited my blog for.
Wow, how active are you in this blog?
Uh, I think I do this blog really recently,
Mhm.
about 1 month or 2 months, and I
Mhm.
just read about 27 books. Is it right? Yeah, 27 books in this month. Yeah, in
Oh, so
December.
the uh-huh. So
Yeah,
this blog is all about reviews, book reviews.
yeah, and my personal story about the day by day. Yeah, it
This one? Is this it?
is it Uriki. Yeah, this is the book that you recommend me.
Ah,
This is the
wow,
yeah.
it's very different. The look is very different from the book that I have. I have the red one.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, red. That is very thin.
Mhm. It
But
is.
what I find interesting about this book, The Greatest Merchant, is it doesn't really talk about technical aspects of being a merchant.
Yeah. No.
It talks about the mind or
Uh.
our mindset in
Yeah.
doing some kind of business,
Yeah.
and not only business. Mm-mm.
So at first I expected to want to take some techniques about the business, but
Mm-mm.
at first it starts with the story, so I'm really interested in because I love stories and
Mm-mm.
novels. And after I
Mm-mm.
read all the books, all the all the books about this, the contents about the mind attitude. So,
Yeah.
so
So I think in everything that we do in life, it starts with our attitude, right?
yeah, so I really
Mm-mm.
impressed. I am really impressed in this book. At this
Mm.
book, I recommended the 3 pages about it. Uh,
Mm.
First, the habit, and second is the you should push it yourself
Self,
until you
yeah.
succeed, and the last the last I recommend to my readers is that you should act.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you reminded me of this book, and I think especially that it's New Year, right? This is very perfect for
Ah,
the timing is very perfect
yeah.
because we
I
have to.
Yeah, I agree to your opinion because have everyone should take efforts to make a good habit,
Yeah.
and don't be afraid of being failure. And
It's very now that you reminded me of this book, I tried. I tried to do what it says, but
Uh-huh.
really, it's it's not easy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I agree to you.
Yeah, it's not easy, especially the thing about habit, because habit really defines us. It's what we do every day, and it's very hard to break out of our bad habits,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a bad habit that you want to get out of?
I want to get out of habit. The
That you
bad.
want to change?
You want mention?
Yeah. Do you have a bad habit that you want to change?
Recently, I don't have any feel bad habits because
Mm-mm.
I make a. I think I am building a great habits for my life. First,
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
first I go to work. I go to work out about 5 days in a
Mm-mm.
way. And
Mm-mm.
second, I read a book and make a review. And
Mm-mm.
third, I really study hard in English, and I feel convenient to use the English right now. So
Mm-mm.
um, I don't feel any change to my English
Ah.
my habits.
Mm. That's very good for you. For people like me, I think
Um,
I have a very hard time in developing good habits. I
uh,
really want to break a bad habit that I have, but it's a challenge.
which habit do you want to break it?
I have a habit of postponing things that I should be completing already.
Stony things. What's meant of it? Could
Like I have what we call the mañana habit.
Admanya
Like
habit?
okay, mañana habit. I will postpone the things that I should be doing now if I still have time. Like I will say, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. Ah, I know that that is really terrible, and really, it's a disgusting habit, but it's very hard to break out of it.
But most people have a habit of like you, the postponing the things, and
Yeah.
I think it is so alluring. Is it right? Alluring.
No, it's not. It's a disgusting habit.
Yeah, but it is so alluring in our lifestyle because we really want to do it.
Uh,
We really want to postpone something that we should do.
yeah, that's right. It's like, hmm, you already know. I already know that I have time right now, and I should be doing it now because it will give me a lot of headaches if I do it at the last minute. But that's why. Thank you for reminding me of this book. I think I should read it again.
Yeah, you should read it again. I think it is really great book that you recommend for
Yeah.
me, and I can recommend you another books because
Oh, wow. Okay.
if you choose the chart about the dream
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
my blog, there are a lot of books that I like. Which one I like to which one I like recommend to you is about it is oh, do you know the Mizuno Nambok? It is the book about the discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there an English book for that?
Uh, I think it is really famous. It is really famous book, so I think it will be the exact title of the book is that
Okay.
success philosophy of discipline. I think it will be
Mhm.
success philosophy of discipline. I think it will be similar to that title.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay, I will try to check that out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have a lot of reading list already. I schedule a lot of book for me to read.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
this is interesting. I hope that I could have a very long vacation just to read books.
But you know, if you have a vacation, you do not read the book. you know.
Yeah, that's right. You
uh,
know, you know what I did during my the 3 days of vacation. Although I read a book actually. I read a series. I'm almost complete with it, but
yeah.
mostly it's novels. And I want to read nonfiction again, like
Uh,
this books,
yeah.
especially self-help books. But as you know, sometimes reading self-help books can be not not boring, but it's not as engaging as reading a novel.
Uh, yeah, you point out the exact point, I think.
Yeah. That's
But
why this book, the book by Ogmandino is very good because it's a self-help book hidden in a story.
oh yeah, yeah. That's what I really like.
Mm-mm.
That is the style that I really like. It is similar to the
Ah.
Alchemist, which is written
Mm-mm.
by the Paulo
Yes.
Coelho, and yeah, I
Yeah.
really love that kind of story. Yeah.
So you have also read The Alchemist?
Oh yeah, I read it when I was in middle school. Since I was
Oh,
in middle school,
wow.
read that book once a year. Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. There are actually other books by this author, and they are great as well.
Oh yeah, but I want to read another books, but I don't feel to read other books. So
Mm.
I just read the Alchemist over and over and over.
He also had this. Oh, why did I forget all the titles of that author? And actually, at first, when I read The Alchemist, I was
Mhm.
a bit confused.
Oh really?
I mean, I know I understand the story and I understand everything, but
Mm.
the meaning of the book is just so deep and profound that
Uh,
some I had a little bit of a hard time
understand.
applying it to my
Yeah,
life
yeah.
like that. Like, how do I do something similar? Could I really leave everything in pursuit of my dream to the
Mhm.
point that I have to sacrifice everything and everyone like that?
Oh, which
And
character? Yeah, yeah.
he has this idea of reading signs. Like,
Ah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like cat butterfly or the
yeah.
yeah merchant who sells the what's the name stuff? No, no, it's cookie. Who sell the cookie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and the glasswares. And I was thinking,
Oh.
how does that relate to me? How can I read signs?
You see the size of
Yeah.
Mandido, the secret of the great merchant. He tell
Mm-mm.
you that sign you should do what you want to do right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the great thing about that book is that it's very hard to explain, but somehow deep inside you understand what it is talking about, right? Like, yeah, I understand what you are saying and I want to do it in my life. It's just that how?
yeah, yeah. I think that is always a hard point to apply in my real life.
Yeah.
When I read The Alchemist, I'm really sympathy for the Santiago, and I really want to do like
Mm-mm.
him. But in
Mm-mm.
reality, there are so many obstacles and different environments that I can try to do for my dream.
That's right. And the sad thing, I mean, I don't know if it's a sad thing or it's a funny thing or it's a nice thing that eventually he found out that at the end his dream was at the start.
Start
The start of the start of his journey.
journey.
Like the
Oh.
journey, yeah, right? So he had a dream where to find the treasure and then he spent years and years of his life finding that treasure only to find out that the treasure was at the first stage.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really shocked about that epilogue, but
But I
I.
think the most important lesson there was that the effort that you give, it
Mhm.
doesn't really matter whether you find the result. or not, or you achieve the result that you are expecting.
Yeah,
I think what really matters is what you learn along
yeah.
the way.
So, and I'm really impressed with the sentence that Archimede said. The promise
Mm-mm.
isn't the promise beautiful. That makes me a little bit something moving.
That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
if I could just write every line of that book. Like, oh, this is my favorite part. Oh, this is my favorite part. Oh my.
Yeah. If you,
Every part.
yeah, if you really wanted to desperately the universe help you to realize it, I also like that sentences.
Mm-mm. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And do you believe so that if we truly desire something,
Uh-huh.
if we truly desire something
Uh-huh.
and you do whatever you can do, you do whatever you need to do
Uh-huh.
in order to achieve that goal, the
Uh-huh.
universe will conspire to help you.
Oh
Do
yeah,
you
I
believe so?
I really agree with that opinion because
Mm.
as this book, the secret of the greatest merchant also said that
Mm.
don't afraid of being failure. You should push yourself until you succeed. They said at the
Ah, yes.
yeah
I
so
actually wrote that in my board before. Try and try.
but I think a lot of people um be or a lot of people are frustrated a day before their success they
Ah,
became successful,
yes.
but the attraction of the life or the taste of life is that we don't know the day before the point of the day before.
Totally
So
agree with that. I totally agree.
it's,
I think this book should be recommended to the young people of Korea,
oh
especially now that you have a problem, a very big problem in finding employment, frustrations, things like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
If
So.
I become a successful man and if I have a chance to lecture to 20s or 30s,
Mm.
I will give a
Mm.
lecture with the Book of Alchemist and I
Mm.
think the
Mm.
Secret of Merchants. I think,
That's good. That's
yeah.
good. And I think it suits you, you know? I think it would suit you to become a what we call a life coach.
Ah, life coach, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have those kind of like seminars in Korea, life coaching?
Oh, a lot of
Well,
people in Korea are interested in life coach uh,
ah.
and some people who are in life coach or who
Mm.
perform the life coach have earned a great money. Yeah.
Oh, so they earn quite a lot.
Oh yeah, I heard that one woman who are pregnant earned about three 3 billion won a year.
Wow. Just being a life coach?
Yeah,
Wow.
it is really surprising.
Wow. But well, yeah, if you can help someone to make their lives better, I think yeah, I would probably pay for that as well.
Oh yeah,
But
I really agree because I also
mm-mm.
might change my life with not seminar but book. Which
Mm-mm.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, I also had a lot of great experiences with seminars like those.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but yeah, the hard thing only is that it's very nice and it's very encouraging when we hear them, but after when we go out of the room, when we
Yeah.
close the book,
Yeah.
how do I do this in my life?
It
That
is
would be the
all
next problem.
yeah.
But well, that always goes in our daily life, whoever we are, right?
Mhm.
Anyway, thank you so much, Jason, for sharing your blog, sharing your opinion regarding these books.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, again, our time is over, so I'll see you again next Thursday.
Yeah, bye bye.
Okay?
Nice to see you.
Okay. Have a great evening. Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Happy New Year.